you're, you know he has two people, right? Okay. While we're waiting for everybody, this is Judge Martha Adams. We're here on Thursday, January 20th of 2022, and I'll go ahead and have the state and public defender place their names on the record.
Brenda Eugene on behalf of the State Attorney's Office.
Letitia George on behalf of the Office of the Public Defender.
I'm sorry, I should probably have Orange County Corrections pretrial release, since you do speak sometimes.
Rebecca Davis with Pretrial Release Services.
Richard Rook, Pretrial Services.
Thank you both very much. And I believe that this is Hiram Lionel Cordones. Okay, good afternoon or good morning, Mr. Cordones. You're here on a state statute. This is a trespass. Ms. George, I believe this is the one that you asked that I reset because he may want to accept the state's offer.
Yes, Your Honor. The offer from the state was an adjudication of jail credit time served and no return to 5928, I think it's Statler Avenue. If I just have just a second.
Too hot. So he got arrested on the 19th, so. Okay, Mr. Cordones, can I get you to raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so you did sign this plea form in open court. Did you have any questions about the rights on the form? You can put your hand down. Thank you so much, though. And your attorney says you'd like to enter a plea of no contest. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And, sir, has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea today?
No, ma'am.
And you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering into a plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, sir, I will go ahead and accept your plea. I will adjudicate you guilty. I will sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 2 days that you've previously served. I will go ahead and release you from this charge and this charge only. Sir, I do need to remind you that you still have that trespass warning, so you are not to return back to that location at 5928 Statler Avenue in Orlando, 32809. So there will also be court costs, but I'll give you a full year to pay those court costs back. You can pay as little or as much as you would like over the next year. Just keep in mind, if you don't pay it off in a year, they do try to suspend your driver's license. So just write to me before the year runs out if you think you need extra time. You have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you, sir. Okay. Hi, good morning. Are you, is it Jamisha Lohman?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is there something? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Ms. Lohman, I just want to verify your date of birth is February 5th of 1997?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so ma'am, you're here on 2017 CF 1069080. This is a charge for a violation of probation. The bond on this has been set at none. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. And then the green piece of paper that you're getting, it does have a phone number from your attorney, so feel free to reach out to talk to them so they can advise you about what's going on. Okay, good morning, sir. Are you Angel Manuel Roman? No? This is Stonewall? Okay,
This is Mr. Stonewall, Your Honor.
no worries. I'm switching around. You are, how do you say your first name?
Tiago.
One more time?
Tiago.
Tiago?
Tiago.
Okay. But, and Stonewall's your last name?
Yes, ma'am.
And your date of birth is June 23rd of 1990? Okay. So, sir, you are here on case number 2022 CF 692AO, and you do have your attorney with you. Mr. Moses, you just want to put your name on the record?
Yes, Andrew Moses on behalf of Mr. Stonewall. Your Honor, I don't believe that the alleged victim is present today, so obviously a no contact order would be appropriate. They do not live together, so I would ask that the court allow for him to return home. And under the circumstances of the facts of the case, I would ask you to set a reasonable bond.
So he qualifies for pretrial release. Do you want him to have a monetary bond, or do you want him to bond out on pretrial release?
Pretrial release, you would have to be checking in, I believe it's once a week until the case is complete. Or the judge can give you a monetary bond, in which case you're just required to come to court when it's appropriate. What would you prefer? Is it $50 a week or $50 a month for PTR?
It's $17 for every 3 months he's on the program.
17 months, okay. 17? $17 every 3 months? Okay. You'd rather PTR? Yes. Okay, you'd rather pretrial release.
Okay, so Mr. Stonewall, what I'll do is go ahead and release you on a straight pretrial release. Mr. Moses is correct. The condition is that you're to not have any contact with the alleged victim in this case. So I am having you sign a no contact order. Just be aware that that means you're not to see her, call her, email her. If there's anything that you really think that you need to discuss with her, call Mr. Moses first. So, because if you violate that no contact order, you end up right back in jail. We don't want that to happen for something like that. Now, I'm just gonna put in the order that you maintain separate residences, which you already do. Do you have anything at her house that you need to get?
No.
Okay. So the only other condition will be that you not possess any weapons or firearms. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And this would be Mr. Roman.
Okay. So good morning, Mr. Roman. Your date of birth, March 1st of 1994?
That's correct.
Okay, sir. You are here on case number 2021 CT 158AE. This was a violation of probation order that was signed by, that looks like Judge Gibson's. And she set the bond at none. So I can't really do anything today, but Mr. Moses can certainly try to get you in front of Judge Gibson to see if maybe you can either, I don't know, actually, was there a probation? Could he try to resolve the case today?
That would be great. Your Honor, he's been incarcerated since January 11th because he had been arrested in Seminole County and he had to be transferred here. The allegation is an open container violation that the city hasn't even filed on, and it's been over 30 days. I don't know if being incarcerated for 9 days we can have him enter an admission to the violation and have him reinstated onto probation at this point.
It's, guys handed me a
Yeah, they, one moment. Yeah, he does have a recommendation of revoke and terminate probation and sentence the defendant to time served with credit for time served.
You can do that as well.
His time served, I don't have. I don't know. No, Your Honor.
So,
For probation.
and then what would happen is any conditions that you haven't finished, mostly meaning the DUI counterattack school and any recommended treatment, they're not gonna give you your driver's license back till you complete that. So you have to do that regardless. But I think the other conditions, I would just kind of, if you haven't done them, I would think that they make up with the jail time.
Very good.
Okay, and then any monies that you owe, we would have to do that as well. Would you like to do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do we have an admission to a VOP for county court foreman here? Okay, wonderful, thank you.
Would you like me to step down to go over that with him? Or do you want to do it orally as we're going?
We can kind of do it.
Okay.
So, Mr. Roman, the rights that are on that form are the same rights that you're giving up as you would if you entered the original plea. Obviously, the difference is that this is a violation of probation. So the level of evidence that the state has to prove the violation of probation is a little bit different. And obviously, you're not entitled to a jury trial on a violation of probation. But for the most part, you have all of the other same rights. So by you signing the plea form here today, that means you're giving up those rights to enter into this recommendation that the state had given. Is that good for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you sign that plea form for me?
Name, address, telephone, okay?
Ms. Davis, can you repeat the recommendation again, please?
Revoke and terminate probation, sentence the defendant to time served with credit for time served.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And actually, Mr. Moses, on here, it says he's already completed the DUI school, the victim awareness program, and the community service, and he was actually not required to do any treatment, which is absolutely shocking to me.
He was about ready to file for early term.
Yeah, so this will just, one last thing you have to make Mr. Moses ask you to do.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I approach?
Yes. Thank you so much. Okay, Mr. Roman, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I swear.
Thank you so much. You can put your hand down. Now, you did sign this in open court. Any questions about those rights we talked about?
No, ma'am.
And we've agreed you're going to enter admission to the violation of probation, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you don't feel like anybody's threatened you or forced you to do that today?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So at this time, I will go ahead and revoke and terminate your probation.
It looks like he has 10 days.
Oh, 10 days?
Yes, it shows right here.
That's probably,
Oh, okay. Yeah, it says 10 days time served as of 1/20, 1 day on original, 9 on VP. And he would, yeah, it does indicate he was arrested on January 12th. But the only question I have is because it was a reckless driving. Okay. So he'd already received an adjudication, so I don't have to do anything to that. Yeah. So I will go ahead and revoke and terminate your probation. I will sentence you to 10 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 10 days that you've previously served. I will go ahead and release you from this charge and this charge only. I don't see any monies that are due. There's money due? Yeah, I'll push it out. So here's what I'll do. Any monies that you owe, and I think they also have to impose court costs for today's proceedings, I'll just give you a year to pay it back. You can pay as little or as much as you would like over the next year. Just keep in mind, if you don't pay it off in a year, they can suspend your driver's license. And then I will also note that this closes out the case and you're, obviously you're no longer on probation. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is there anything else we need to discuss, Mr. Moses?
no, Your Honor.
Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good seeing you.
Good to see you too. Take care.
You too.
I'm ready. Is this gonna be Rosemary Jean? Is that who we're doing next? Oh, I gotta call the language line. Okay, good morning, ma'am. Are you Rosemary Jean?
Yes, ma'am.
And it's my understanding that you would like a Creole interpreter, is that correct?
I'm trying a little bit. I want to understand you, you're gonna try to understand me.
Well, we can do one over. I guess my question is, do you want to try to do it in English, or I'm already calling to get you one? Do you just want to have one in case?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that. Hi. Oh, sorry. I thought it answered. Hi, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Francisca. I'll be your Haitian Creole interpreter.
Wonderful. And have you been sworn in today?
No, not yet.
Okay, my trial clerk's going to swear you in.
Raise your right hand, please.
Sure.
Do you-
Sure.
Do you swear to translate from Creole to English, English to Creole, truthfully in these matters here today?
Yes.
Okay. And ma'am, my name is Martha Adams. I'm the judge presiding over court this morning. With me, I have a Rose Marie Jean, and the case number, if you need that, is 2022 CF 721AO.
Thank you.
Okay. Miss Jean, I just want to verify, is your date of birth August 12th of 1963?
Yes, ma'am.
Madame Jeanne besoin connaître que date de naissance ou c'est 12 août 1963.
Yes.
And Miss Jean, you're here on a charge. I have found that there is probable cause.
Ou là parce que yo chargé ou avec yon bagay, moi découvri que gen cause qui probable.
I was a little confused in the charging affidavit where it talks about your husband coming home and he wasn't supposed to be there. Is he not living there, or he just wasn't supposed to be there at that time?
Ça qui ont ti jan vraiment fait moi confus, c'est parce que l'aime gade moi nan report bagay pour affidavit an, li fait connaître que côté que ou dit que mari ou li tap vin la kay la, mais li pas supposé là. Est-ce que vous voulez dire que li passe pas dans kay lan l'habiter ou bien dans moment ça li pas doué dans kay la l'heure?
Bon, il y a 3 mois depuis qu'il sorti dans Kaila. Chaque jour, il vient dans Kaila, il vient bataille avec moi, il vient goumer avec moi. Et les vini dans Kaila, moi pas là, gade les vini moi là. Parce que
Okay.
depuis qu'il sorti, on pas supposé venir dans Kaila parce que monsieur a soit agressif.
Madam Interpreter, could you please?
Okay, suppose. It's been 3 months since he moved out of the house. However, he have been coming in and out where he's not supposed to, because if you move out, you can't keep coming in, because when he comes in, I'm there. He comes in to fight with me. Sometimes I'm at home. Sometimes he come and I'm not there.
Okay. So, ma'am, this is where it gets difficult because is the house a rental or do you own the house?
Madame, c'est là ça vient difficile. Est-ce que qu'elle a son caille ou loué ou bien est-ce que son caille que ou acheté?
We some kind of stay together.
It is a house we purchased together.
And that's where the problem lies. I understand that he's moved out, but until you file for divorce, or until you make some type of arrangement, because he's still listed as the owner of the property, it is very difficult to keep him out of the house.
C'est là bagay lan vin difficile. Tout autant que ou pas rempli pour divorce ou bien nous pas fait une qualité de arrangement, non toujours mette comme yon nan met kay lan tout. Nous pas ka empêcher vin la kay li.
So what I'm going to do is, because he's not here, which doesn't necessarily surprise me, I do have to issue a no contact order between the two of you.
Ça m kapab fè, comme étant donné que li pa vini là, que ki pa vre, que m pa surprise, mais cependant, mwen kapab ba ou yon lot de non-contact pour même pour gagner de façon à ce que pour pas contacter ou.
Now, I'll include that you're to maintain a separate residence, which hopefully he'll abide by that in the sense that he's not tried to move in while you've been arrested.
Ça m kapab mette la donne, c'est que m kapab mette que pour nous kapab rete dans différents résidences. Ça veut dire nous chaque supposé rete en côté séparé. Nous t'a espéré que li t'a respecté ça, de façon à ce que pour pas essayer, li essayer retourner habiter dans cas là pendant que yo arrêté ou.
I am going to release you on a straight pretrial release, so you do not have to post a monetary bond.
Mwen ap relâché ou sous condition à ce que tant avant procès. Cela veut dire que ou pas gagner pour payer yo aucun frais de bon.
I'm also going to appoint the public defender's office so that they can represent you.
Et m'a demandé tout pour office avocat public yo pour yo capable voir ensemble avec vous pour yo capable défendre nous.
That white piece of paper that you just signed is you acknowledging that I've talked to you about the no contact order.
Papier blanc ça ou fait si hein, li vle di que ou reconnaître que moi parler, moi di ou que m'a ba ou papier de non contact là.
If you want to change anything about what I've ordered here today, make sure you contact your attorney so that they can get that changed in front of the judge.
Si ou ta vle kek bagay changer dans ça nous aujourd'hui, hein, qu'il faut pas supposer gen quelqu'un contact avec moun nan. Faut qu'on parler avec avocat ou que y a ba ou an, pour avocat parler faire changement ça devant un juge.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
Yes.
Est-ce qu'on a quelques questions?
Yes. Li vini nan kala, mwen pa suppose vini nan kala pou bat mwen, li pran pied li, ap maltraite mwen, prise mwen. I'm in pain for 24 years to save my children.
So, ma'am, I want you to understand they also filed charges against your husband. I just realized, unfortunately, you're the one that got arrested.
Yes.
Mwen comprendre ça, m'vle fò connaître tout. Yo gen charge sous compte mari ou. Mwen fèk découvrir ça. C'est bien malheureusement que c'est celle ou même que yo arrêté.
So it's a little different in the sense that the state attorney's office might reach out to you to find out how you feel about him on his case.
Li différent que ou capable ouais que avocat l'État capable contacter ou pour yo mande comme si ça ou pensé quand il s'agit de case pas monsieur ya.
Okay, the only other thing I'm going to say is don't possess any weapons or firearms.
Yon lot bagay encore pour mentionner ou c'est que ou pas supposé gen ken zam ni ou pas supposé gen ken arme blanche ni zam.
Okay, but good luck, ma'am. Hopefully you'll get out soon.
Thank you.
Moi souhaite ou bonne chance. Nous espérons que ap mette dehors très bientôt.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Bonne chance.
Okay, thank you, Madam Interpreter, for your help this morning.
You're
We greatly
welcome.
appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for using our services. Have a wonderful day.
You as well.
Thank you.
Hi, good morning. Are you Ms. Barnes? Hi, Ms. Barnes. I just want to verify with you that your date of birth is March 5th of 1966?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, ma'am, you're here on case number 2022 CF 619AO.
Yes, correct.
I need to speak to you, please.
That's okay. Let's not, I do want to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. So I'm going to let Ms. George stand there and she can try to answer any questions that you have. Just ask. Well, that's why I said I don't want to do it if it's just going to.
Because I didn't do anything. All I asked her, all I told my daughter that she can stay.
Your Honor, my client wants you to know that she didn't do anything.
didn't
I
do
advise her not to speak about the facts because today is not the day for that.
But I just can't
but
help it. I shouldn't be here.
I understand. I understand.
I didn't do anything, Your Honor. I didn't. All I asked was my daughter.
Okay, don't, okay.
But let's not talk about it. And I know she's told you, but understand, I don't really have any control over anything. So what happens is you get arrested by the police, they bring you here, and then those charges get sent to the state attorney's office. So it's kind of the state attorney's office that needs to figure everything out. And they will do more investigation with the police and decide if they're going to file charges or not. So it is quite possible that they may drop the charges. I just don't know that. My goal today is just to find a way to get you out of jail. Here's my concern is you don't qualify for pretrial release. Can she afford a nominal bond?
I don't have a job. That's what I'm trying to take.
No, I want you to get out so you can get out.
I want to get out. I don't have a job, ma'am.
Okay, can you afford anything?
I can, I want to pay something to get out. I can pay something to get out. Yes, I can.
Your Honor, she can afford a $1,000 bond with the bail bondsman. Of course, it's a 10%. But other than that, she doesn't have much money.
Okay. So, Ms. Eugene, I was thinking more along the lines of 500 on count 1 and 100 on count 2.
On Your Honor.
Okay. So, Ms. Barnes will do 500 on count 1, 100 on count 2, so that's actually less. It's 600.
Thank
Okay.
God for you.
But let me ask you a question. The house that you live at,
It's mine.
it is your house?
Yes, ma'am.
But the way I read the charging affidavit is that your daughter and your granddaughter live there with you.
Ma'am, can I just say something?
Well, all I want to know is if you get out, are they going to probably be there?
Ma'am, my daughter's staying at the Royal Inn.
Okay.
It's a motel on OBT.
So all I'm going to put in the order is that you're to maintain a separate residence. Because without your daughter and your granddaughter here, I have to issue a no contact order.
Yes, ma'am.
So that means that you're not allowed to have any contact with them until we try to get this resolved.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll just put that you're to maintain a separate residence and that you not possess any weapons or firearms.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you again. God bless you, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Let's go. Take the paperwork.
What I need to sign it?
Deep breaths. What did I tell you?
Hi, good morning. Are you Lorenzo Brown?
I'm not
Renzo Brown is medical, Judge.
Medical?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so,
I'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
okay. So let's do,
Yes. We have McNeil.
okay, so what I'm gonna do is on Mr. Brown, I'll go ahead and find there's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office. How about, let's just set his bond at $1,000. I realize he's out on bond for some drug charges, but this was a Dwillis, and we'll just leave it at that.
Your Honor, do you not have case 2022-580 AO, the felony case?
I do not, all I have is a Dwillis.
2022 CF 580 AO, like both of those cases were supposed to be reset for
What
when
was
he
the
was-
other charge?
It was a fleeing and eluding,
Oh, that's,
possession of meth, possession of cannabis.
oh no, that's very, very different. Okay. No, I'm gonna do something totally different now. Because I thought he just had a Dwillis. No, that's okay. No, that's fine. Okay, so let's try this again. In regards to 2022 CF 580 AO. So he has fleeing and attempting to elude. I will set the bond at $150. I'll keep the bond set on counts 2, 3, and 4 as they're stated, 15,000. Actually, I'll drop count 3 to 100 and count 4 to 100. Then on the Dwillis, I'll make the Dwillis $100. But I'm gonna revoke his bond on what he was out on bond for. So on the 22 CT 275 AO, I will go ahead and drop that bond down to 100. But in the case of 2021 CF 15887 AO, there's a 5-count charges. I will go ahead and revoke his bond and set his bond at none. Mr. Adelman is his attorney on that, who's no longer at the PD's office. So I think that's private. It says PD, but I don't think he was at the PD's office.
Your Honor, with regard to 22 CF 580, I have the fleeing and attempting to elude with injury or death. That does make it a first degree.
Ooh, sorry, thank you, I didn't catch that. I was trying to go fast, so thank you. I don't know that he's entitled to bond then.
It's a first degree, but it's not punishable by life. There is a 3-year min-man if he's convicted.
See, on the docket page, it just said aggravated fleeing or attempting to elude. So did the facts note that somebody was injured? Is it possibly him that was injured?
Let me see.
How about, I'll set his bond at 5,000 on count 1. I think between count 1 and count 2. And then with the no bond on the new charges, I don't know that it'll matter all that much.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Are you DeAndre McNeil?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And thank you, Mr. McNeil. Were you born on November 18th of 1999?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Mr. McNeil, I did read over the charging affidavit. I do find that there's probable cause. A couple things. So I looked at the case that you're currently on pretrial diversion on. So I'm not going to touch that, but just understand they may take you out of diversion again because of you picking up this charge. So you definitely want to talk to your attorney about that.
Okay.
In regards to this case, I will go ahead and I'll keep the bonds, or I'll set the bond at $500. Mr. McNeil, I do have to, so I do have to order that you and your father are to have no contact with each other. And the white piece of paper that's in front of you is the no contact order. So until your father tells a judge that he wants something differently, it does mean that you're not to have any contact with him, whether it's in person, on the phone, anywhere. So do you have someplace else you can live, like maybe sleep on a friend's couch for a little bit?
Yes, I have another question about this bond. Because right now I'm not currently working. I don't have any income, so how am I supposed to pay for the bond?
I'll let you talk to your attorney.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, so, Mr. McNeil, obviously, just so you know, I do have the right technically to revoke your bond and pull you in and hold you on it. I actually didn't look to see if your bond had been discharged. My guess is it probably got discharged anyway, though, when he signed the PTD contract. My theory was you getting kicked out of PTD based on this was probably gonna be harsh enough. So, but I will go ahead, like I said, the bond will be set at $500. There's the no contact order. You're to maintain separate residences from your father, and I will also order that you not possess weapons or firearms. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Oh,
Right here?
Mr. McNeil, do you think you need to obviously get some things from your father's home?
Yes.
So I will allow you to do that one time with law enforcement officers so that you can get whatever you need, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, is this Brian Garabito?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Garabito, your date of birth is March 29th of 1999?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Mr. Garabito, you are here on case number 2022 CF 698AO. I have read over the charging affidavit in this case. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I will also note that they have filed a notice of invocation of your constitutional rights. So, sir, while that means you don't have to talk to anybody, that also includes if anybody tries to come and talk to you other than your lawyer, you don't necessarily have to talk with them either. So based on the charges, he's got no criminal history. My concern, though, is the charge itself and the way it
Yes,
played
Your
out.
Honor. He shot into an occupied house with his family.
So, Mr. Garabito, I don't really know what to do, unfortunately, because of the way that they've charged you, and I do believe that there's probable cause to charge you that way. You've ended up with yourself with no bond. So I am going to keep your bond set at none on count 1. I will go ahead and give you a $5,000 bond on count 2 and a $100 bond on count 3. I am going to order that you not have any contact with your mother or your brother. So that means, I realize you're incarcerated, but that also includes while you're in jail. You are not to call them or try to send messages then to them. So that white piece of paper that has the pen on it, that's what you're signing that agrees that you understand the no contact order. The green sheet also has a phone number for your public defender. So if you have any questions or want to get things heard in front of the judge, since they're the only one that can change the bond and the conditions after today, I'll let them do that with you. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Shannon Mock. Okay, good morning, Ms. Mock. I just want to verify your date of birth is September 29th of 1972? Okay. So, ma'am, you are here on case number 2023 CF 72980. I have reviewed the charging affidavit. I am finding that there's probable cause. I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I did review the case that she's currently out on bond for, and it's interesting because she was arrested November 12th, so December, January, and the state still hasn't filed on it yet. So,
I thought there was a pretrial. There's something happened December 10th, but it just said no action.
Well, that was, and I think that's because there was nothing to do because the state hadn't filed anything.
Not an issue then. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's usually what happens when they show up for their arraignment date, because the jail will give them an arraignment date automatically. But then if they show up and they haven't been filed on, I just send them away. Unless they're toga, and then I've got to try to give them a PD if I can, just to keep them apprised of what's going on. So, Ms. Mock, just understand, because you are out on bond, technically I have the right to revoke that bond. I'm not going to do that just because you're, the state still hasn't filed on it, but I am going to set your bond on the false imprisonment at $1,000. I'm obviously going to order that you not have any contact with your husband. That means you're not going to be able to return home with him, and you're going to have to find someplace else to stay. So you're gonna, if you need any belongings, I'll allow you to go back one time so that you can get some belongings from there. And then I also am gonna order that you not possess any weapons or firearms, and that you not possess any illicit controlled substances or alcoholic beverages. Okay? Good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you. Oh, well, you can't go back to live there, but she can go back one time to get her stuff. Okay, good morning, sir. Are you Julio Cesar, is it Pelaez? Pelaez? Okay, and sir, were you born on October 27th of 1991?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, sir, I have reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding that there's probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I wanted to look at this. Okay. So, sir, obviously there's going to be a no contact order between yourself and your ex-girlfriend. That white piece of paper there is you signing it, stating that you acknowledge that I've advised you of that. That means you can't see her, call her, text her, email her, send her any cards, letters, gifts, send a message through somebody else. The no contact means no contact. If you violate it, you're the one that runs the risk of coming back to jail. You live in a separate residence from her, so that shouldn't be a problem for you. The only other additional thing is that I'm gonna argue that, or list that you not possess any weapons or firearms. Now, in regards to the bond amounts, I will go ahead and set your bond at $5,000 on count 1, 150 on count 2, 100 on count 3, and 100 on count 4. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Yes. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The address that the defendant gave us during the interview
Uh-huh.
and the address that the victim provided to the arresting officer is the same address.
That shouldn't be. I thought that you guys had broken up and were no longer living together.
Exactly. We put the same address. Well, we were living with each other. Not anymore. I'm living with my mother now.
You're living with your mother? Okay. And you're planning on going back to live with your mother?
No, I'm living with her right now.
Okay. Well, but I'm saying you're gonna leave here and go back and live with mom.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Stephen Ramos? Okay, good morning, Mr. Ramos. Your date of birth is August 16th of 1996. And you are here in regards to case number 2022 CF 697AO. And in the box, I have,
Janelle Sosa.
okay. And ma'am, can you raise your right hand for me?
Yeah.
You swear or affirm that you'll tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Your
ma'am,
Honor,
yes. Yes, thank you.
I think Ms. Sosa would be comfortable or more comfortable with a Spanish interpreter.
Oh, okay. You would need an interpreter?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Laura Bretaña, Spanish interpreter, previously sworn.
Hi, good morning. I am here, this is Judge Martha Adams. I'm here on the case of Stephen Ramos. It is case number 2022 CF 697AO. And in the, obviously the defendant is at the podium, but what I'm looking for is an interpreter for the witness who's in our witness box, and this is Janelle Sosa Perez. And, okay, so let me swear you in again just to be safe. Do you swear or affirm that you'll tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I swear.
She's going to translate for you.
Sí, lo prometo.
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. So, ma'am, normally in these types of cases, I issue a no contact order. Are you here to tell me that you agree with that, or you would like something different?
Señora, usualmente en este tipo de casos, yo emito una orden de prohibición de contacto. ¿Se encuentra usted aquí para decirme que está de acuerdo con eso o acaso prefiere algún otro tipo de arreglo?
Yo vine a decir que quería retomar, bueno, no quiero continuar con el caso ya que quiero retomar mis estudios y también tengo planeado para irme a Texas a vivir para la más tranquilidad para ambos. Esa noche surgió una situación en la cual yo me fui a casa de mi mamá, bueno, tuvimos una discusión, yo me fui a casa de mi mamá y regresé a la casa de ambos porque pensé que mi teléfono se había quedado en el área y como estaba tocando la puerta muy duro y él ya se había quedado dormido, pues los vecinos llamaron a los policías.
Ok, permítame interpretar.
Gracias.
Well, what I came to say here is that I don't want to continue with this case because I want to return to my studies and I plan to move to Texas. So I will live there and this will be for the benefit of both of us. And I also wanted to say that that night we had an argument and I left for my mom's house. But then I figured I had left my phone in the house, so I returned. He was already asleep, and since I was knocking on the door loudly, the neighbors called the police.
Ya, eran las 2 de la mañana.
It was already 2 a.m.
Okay. So I just want to make sure I'm understanding you correctly. You're in agreement that I can issue the no contact order, correct?
Muy bien, entonces déjeme asegurarme de que le entiendo. Usted está de acuerdo con que yo emita una orden de prohibición de contacto, ¿correcto?
Sí, correcto.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
And are you still at your mother's house?
Y entonces, señora, ¿usted permanece en la casa de su madre?
Sí, por el momento sí, pero los dos vivimos juntos en estos momentos. Por eso es que yo siento que la orden de protección es necesario, ya que me voy a ir a vivir a Texas. O sea, recoger mis cosas e irme a Texas.
Well, right now I'm living with my mother, but we live together here, and that's why I feel there's no need for an injunction because I'm picking my things up and I'm moving to Texas.
All right.
Okay. So I just want to make sure we're on the same page. If he gets out of jail today and he goes back to the 10218 Rondell Court, will you be there or will you be gone?
Señora, quiero asegurarme de que le entiendo bien. Si él sale de la cárcel hoy y regresa a la dirección 10218 Rondell Court, ¿usted va a estar allí o ya usted no va a estar allí?
No, ya no voy a estar ahí.
I will be gone.
Okay. So what I'm going to do for the conditions of release is that the two of you are not to have any contact. He's going to sign an order that says that he's understanding that. And that means he's not allowed to call you, talk to you, see you, send cards, letters, or gifts. This is it. At least until this case is resolved.
Muy bien, así que lo que voy a hacer es que en cuanto a las condiciones de la libertad, voy a emitir una orden de prohibición de contacto. Eso lo que significa es que a él se le prohíbe tener todo tipo de contacto con usted. No la puede llamar, no le puede hablar, no la puede ver, no le puede enviar tarjetas, ni cartas, ni regalos. Eso por lo menos mientras el caso esté abierto.
And obviously, you're to maintain a separate residence from each other, and that he's not to possess any weapons or firearms.
Entonces, obviamente, se les prohíbe la convivencia. También se le prohíbe a él la tenencia de todo tipo de armas y armas de fuego.
Sí, él nunca ha usado nada de eso.
Yes, he's never used any of that.
So I just need to ask pretrial services if he is allowed to go back to that home, would that solve the problem of pretrial release?
Voy a hacerle una pregunta ahora al oficial de la Oficina de Libertad Provisional. ¿A él se le permite regresar a esa dirección? ¿Eso resolverá el asunto de su libertad provisional?
It won't be a problem, Your Honor.
Okay.
Eso no será un problema, su señoría.
So, Mr. Ramos, I will release you on pretrial release so that you don't have to post any money to get out of jail.
Muy bien, señor Ramos. Le voy a conceder libertad provisional. No tendrá usted que prestar fianza para salir de la cárcel.
And if I didn't say previously, I'm appointing the public defender.
Y si no lo dije antes, se designa al abogado de oficio para que les represente.
Ma'am, do you have any other questions for me?
No, that's it.
Señora, ¿tiene usted alguna pregunta que hacerme?
No.
No.
Okay. Good luck to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Okay, good morning, sir. Are you Luis Zayas Valentin? Okay, I still have the interpreter. You don't need an interpreter, do you? Okay, Madam Interpreter, thank you for your help this morning. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Take care. Okay, and sir, were you born on September 17th of 1996? Okay, So, sir, you are here on case number 2022 CF 719AO. I did review the charging affidavit. Make sure. And I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Okay. So, Mr. Zayas, let me ask you a question. Because I just wanted to make sure. Do you and the alleged victim in this case live together?
We did, but since yesterday, she moved back with her mom and the kids. I mean, she didn't want to do that. She wanted to live with me, but she was forced by her mom. Her mom didn't want to call the police.
Okay, that's okay. Don't tell me anything about the facts of the case. I just wanted to find out. So the way you're understanding it is you can go back to your home on Edgemore Street because she will not be there.
I'm not. She at her mom's house. She's not there.
She's not there. Okay. Would he qualify once? I got the impression that that was part of the problem too, right? And also the community ties, but would that solve that problem or no?
Your Honor, just in case, can you do a maintain separate residence and a one-time return if you do place them on pretrial release? Because as the previous situation, the victim put the same address. She didn't clarify to the officers that she was going to live with her mother.
Okay. Yeah, so what I'll do, Mr. Zayas, is I will set the bond amount at $750 or pretrial release if you qualify. If they can verify that she's moved out of the house and she's at her mom's, then that would allow you to be released onto pretrial release. But I am obviously going to order the no contact order, so you're not to have any contact with her. I'm going to put that you're to maintain a separate residence. Now, if for some reason she has not moved to her mother's like you thought she has, you may have to just couch surf until she gets out or until you can find someplace else. But I will allow you to go back one time with law enforcement officers so that you can retrieve any belongings that you may need. I'm also going to order that you not possess any weapons or firearms.
I don't have them.
Okay, not a problem then. Any questions?
So I got a bond today?
You can either post the monetary bond of $750, or you can, if they verify that she's gone, you can probably get pretrial release.
In pretrial release, I could get out with no bond, right?
Correct.
All right, thank you. So all I gotta do is just wait now? All right, thank you. All right, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Are you Rafetta Lee? Okay, good morning, Miss Lee. And is your date of birth February 24th of 1982? Okay. Okay, ma'am, so you're here on case number 2022 MM453AO. I have reviewed the charging affidavit. I am finding that there's probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Obviously, without your husband being here this morning, I have to issue a no contact order. That means you're not to see him, call him, text him, email him. That paper that you're signing is acknowledging that you understand that. Now, that being said, I realize you guys have been married for a little bit and things might want to change. Just understand the only person that can change that after today is by him going in front of Judge Shoemaker, the trial judge, and having that changed. So do you have some place else that you can stay other than where you live with them?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'll do is go ahead and release you on pretrial release. with the condition that you not return. I will allow you to return one time with law enforcement officers so that you can retrieve any belongings, but that you do need to maintain a separate residence from him. I'm also going to order that you not possess any weapons or firearms. Do you have any questions?
Yeah. So,
How about, can you ask Ms. George, because that might be better.
about my report.
It's not return, it's just maintain rate.
Right, that's why I stopped. I tried to stop it before I said it totally. So I said, you can't return, well, you can return one time with law enforcement officer.
To take this, the number. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set. Good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, are you Justin Leonardo Moss?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Moss, you were born on September 29th of 1999?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir, you are here on case number 2022 MM38AW. Okay, sir, I am finding that there is probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I am going to set your bond in the amount of $500. I am going to order that you not return to the scene where this occurred, the 320 East Maple Street, and obviously that you not have any contact with the Gonzalez or Santana, the alleged victims in this case. So it's my understanding you and Miss Santana do have a child together, correct? Does the child live with her or live with you? Lives with her. Do you have like a court order that talks about how you see him, or you just work it out with her?
He hasn't let me see her for 2 months.
Okay. Well, just keep in mind until you get back in front of a judge that will change these orders. It's probably going to require a hearing with her so that she can talk about that. But you just understand you might not be able to see your child until we can resolve this. I am going to order, obviously, that you not possess any weapons or firearms. And I guess that's it. Just make sure you don't break the contact order, okay? The green sheet does have the phone number for your public defender. Make sure you give them a call so they can keep you updated of what's going on with your case. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Okay, good morning, ma'am. Are you Tanny, is it Meisner Moore? And ma'am, were you born on December 2nd of 1970? Okay. So ma'am, you are here on case number 2022 MM477AO. So, Ms. Meisner-Moore, obviously I have to have you sign the no contact order between you and your, is it your sister or sister-in-law?
My sister.
Sister, okay. So, you live in South Dakota? God bless you. I hope you can stay here some longer. Only because my friend said it was like -26 in North Dakota the other day. So, I don't know how you do that. That being said, ma'am, you're just here on vacation? When were you going back?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Does your sister live with you in South Dakota?
Lives in South Dakota, but not with me, no.
Okay.
She's staying here though, when my parents, can I talk like that or no? But she's staying here, my parents are trying to get her, she has, bipolar.
Okay.
And she went off the deep end and.
Okay, so the main thing is I just want to make sure, do you think that there's two issues? The police list her obviously with a different address, but it's still from Rapid City. But your parents live here in Orlando?
No, they live in, Bradenton.
Oh, they live in Bradenton. When you,
My husband is driving up to get me and bring me home.
okay. My main concern is, do you need to go back to the hotel to get belongings? No? Okay.
My daughter and mom have them all.
Okay, so I can either have you post a monetary bond with just the no contact order and that you maintain a separate residence, or I can put you on pretrial services. That means you don't have to post a monetary bond to get out of jail, but it does mean that you have to check in with them. Now, obviously, if you're going back home, you can't check in with them personally, so they may just have you do like a phone reporting or something like that. Do you have a preference? And maybe Ms. George can kind of.
Yeah, that means.
Your Honor, she would like pretrial release.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and release you on a straight pretrial release. The only conditions are the no contact order and to maintain a separate residence from your sister. Also, don't possess any weapons or firearms, and that'll be good. Okay, good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Stay in contact. They'll give you a short date so you can know that you can't come, just stick with this attorney, okay? You'll have a separate one. It's right here.
Oh, I did I call?
Yep, you can just call, they'll give you the attorney.
Thank you.
Okay, good morning, ma'am. Is it Malicia? And it's Morgan? And Miss Morgan, were you born on January 3rd of 1987?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Ms. Morgan, I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I will go ahead and find that there's probable cause and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Now, the way I was reading the charging affidavit, you and the alleged victims in this case all live at this North Observatory Drive address, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, actually, can we do that? And her name is Brianna?
Yes.
Brianna Mosine? Are you okay with her being next to you? Okay. And I may not have her sign that unless I, yeah. That's the worst part about wearing those with glasses. Because that little thing's supposed to help. I don't think it. Hi, good morning. Are you Brianna, is it Mosine?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you born on January 27th of 1999?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you're here on case number 2022 MM455AO. So we're kind of in a unique situation because you're both here. Normally, I issue no contact orders against the both of you. Now, it's my understanding you're stepsisters?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Ms. Morgan, you are 35, and is it Mosine? Did I say that properly? And you're 22. But both of you do live at this address on Observatory Drive, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How about, my only other concern is, what about, did Tyreek Jackson get arrested too?
No, he's a minor.
Okay. Oh, he's a minor. Oh, I see that now, 2005. Thank you. Okay. Okay. And I know this is, I need you to be honest with me, and it's a little difficult considering you're both right in front of each other, but I guess, Ms. Morgan, are you comfortable going back to your home? Well, let me ask you this. The home on Observatory Drive, is that a rental or does somebody own it?
It belongs to my dad.
It's owned by your father?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
And so, obviously, you're living, are either one of you on the deed or the mortgage?
No, just my mom and.
Just your mother and father, okay. So, Ms. Morgan, are you, normally, like I said, in these types of cases, I issue a no contact order. Are you okay with me issuing a no hostile contact order, or do you want me to try to figure out a way for you guys to live separately?
No, also contact me and we can't argue, but we can live together.
Okay. Ms. Mosine, do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you concerned about your safety with her?
No, ma'am.
And you're not concerned about your safety with
No,
her?
ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll appoint the public defender to represent both of you. What may end up happening is because, well, that may happen down the road. So it really depends on whether the state files, but they may give you a different attorney. But that being said, they can keep you apprised at least of what's going on right now. I'll release you both onto pretrial release. The only conditions are that you're not to have any hostile contact with each other
Yes, ma'am.
and that you not possess any weapons or firearms.
No, we don't.
Okay? Do either of you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck to you both. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, good morning, ma'am. Is it Tarika Pierre?
Tercia Pier.
Tercia, I apologize. Thank you. And were you born on May 12th of 1987?
Was.
Okay, thank you. And sir, what is your name?
My name's Albert Pierre.
Okay, and Mr. Pierre, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, so sir, thank you for your patience here this morning. Obviously, you understand that I normally issue no contact orders between the defendant and the victim. Is that something you're in agreement with, or would you like something different?
No, I'm definitely in agreement with that, but my only question would be, we do share custody of kids, so dropping the kids off and picking them up.
So let me ask you a question. Are you in the process of getting divorced? Are you?
No, we've been divorced for 4, maybe 5 years now. It's just been an ongoing issue between her
Okay.
harassment and things like that.
So let me ask you a question. When you guys got divorced, does your parenting plan, is that part of your divorce?
Yes, it was part of the divorce. Certain days she have them, certain days I have them. So 3 days out of the week, I'll have them. 3 days out of the week, she'll have them. And then the 7th day, it'll be split like bi-weekly. So one of the 7 days I'll have it, and one of the 7 days she'll have it, vice versa.
That's fine. I don't need to know all the details. I guess my question is this: is it a pretty set plan that you guys have?
It has been, but with complications on her part.
Okay. But if I guess my concern is if I issue a no contact order Is it something that pursuant to your parenting plan and the divorce agreement that you could go back to that and say, we're gonna abide by this completely?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
I guess what I'm asking is, she would have to abide by what you agreed to. You both would have to abide by the parenting order because that's what's gonna be in place because there's a no contact order between the two of you.
Yes.
So like if you needed to change weekends or she needed to do something differently until this case is resolved, you're gonna have to go with what you've previously agreed on. Is that
Yes,
okay?
yes, the days we previously agreed on.
Okay.
I just don't want her,
No,
not
no, I
banging
understand.
on my door or,
Well, I'll get to that part. Just hold on. I just got to get down to this part first. So, Ms. Pierre, you would agree that you have days that you've figured out when your kids stay with him and when they go with you? I agree. Okay. So, in the parenting plan, my guess is that you were dropping them off because you, at some point, even though you were divorced, you were still kind of getting along. So, you would see each other when you dropped the kids, correct?
well, we were never getting along.
Okay,
The parenting plans was, you drop them off, the kids would walk themselves to the door with a key and they would come in. And then somewhere along the line, once, school started and things like that, I would just pick them up or she would just pick them up given, school. But during the summertime, we just dropped them off the kids because I would prefer not to even see her given the history.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Is it possible to continue that without you having to talk to her or see her?
If she's gonna pick them up on time and drop them off on time, yes,
Okay.
it is possible.
Well, let me ask you a question. What would happen, like, if she got stuck at work and couldn't pick them up? Is that something where she would normally call you and say, I'm running late? And so you would
See,
get
that's,
them
and
instead?
that's the problem. She doesn't call me and text me, hey, I'm gonna be late, or hey, I'm gonna be early. She'll just show up early, or she'll just show up super late. On the other hand, I'll text her, but she doesn't communicate with me. So she blocked my number from me contacting her. So
Okay.
it's really rocky, but like I
Okay.
said, it can continue as long as she's not showing up super early or super late banging on my door. And she can say, hey, I'm outside, boom, that's it. But she takes it to the next level.
Okay. So, Ms. Pierre, let me ask you a question. I understand what he's saying, and I don't want you to tell me anything about the facts of this case, but do you agree that if we all abide by the regular days that you're supposed to have the children and the times that you've agreed upon, that you would be able to do that?
I'm absolutely fine with that. The problem wasn't on my behalf, and I have text messaging from him.
I'm not worried about that right now. I just want to make sure that when I let you leave here, that I'm not harming your children by issuing the no contact order. My job is to keep the two of you separate, but it's also my job to make sure that I don't ruin your children's lives in the process. How you ruin your children's lives is entirely up to you. Hopefully, you'll figure this out at some point. But what I'm going to do then is I will go ahead and so I just want to make sure, in a perfect world, and I realize we don't live in a perfect world, so other than some horrible accident happening, you agree you don't need to see him to drop your kids off?
I agree.
And you agree as well?
I agree, but here's the thing that I want to point out to you. I have no contact to contact my daughters when I'm outside the house for them to come because she blocked my number. So if I'm outside on time and I need to tell them, hey, I'm at the door, how am I supposed to do that? Well, on the other hand, she comes and she bangs on my door really hard, disturbing peace and other things. So
You see, this is why I don't do family law, because this kind of crap just drives me absolutely
it's
up
been
the
driving
wall.
me crazy for 4
But let
years.
me ask you a question. So if you go stand outside her door and are wondering where your children are, but she goes to your house and stands out your door, the only difference is she's banging on the door. My whole point was if everybody stuck by the time that they were supposed to do it, wouldn't that solve the problem?
It would definitely, but that hasn't been the case.
Okay. Well, but you're gonna have to grow up and be adults until you resolve a criminal case, because it's in your best interest of your children to do that. How old are your children?
12 and 6.
Yeah. So the 12-year-old's learning about how to just annoy each other. So let's stop doing that, okay? So let's be adults. We'll be on time. If there's an emergency, is there a third party that both of you agree to that maybe you could speak to about the children?
No.
No?
No, I don't agree with nobody she has, and she doesn't agree. We had one, which was my mother, but she's constantly threatening my mother and sending her foul messages, so no.
Okay. I'm going to go out on a limb and ask you, if I were to say that you have the no contact order and only in emergencies when it came to your children are you two allowed to contact each other, would that blow up and turn into a huge mistake down the road?
It would not. It would not be a mistake at all. The reason I'm saying that is although I may not respond to a text message, I do see the text messages coming through. So I'll at least be informed of running late so I can relate that to my children. And I believe it would be okay if he would unblock me so that I can do the same towards him if there is an emergency.
Okay.
I think it's something that can absolutely work.
So what if I say this? There's a no contact order between the two of you. You both are going to need to unblock each other because only for the purposes of the children in an emergency are you allowed to contact each other. So understanding that if you write a whole bunch of stuff to her that's nasty, or you write a bunch of stuff to him that's nasty, unfortunately, you're the one that's probably going to end up back in jail. But depending on what you say, that could also end you up in jail. My point is the only thing that you should be texting each other is, hey, I'm standing outside the house waiting for the kids. Can you let them come outside? Or, hey, got stuck by the train that goes downtown and I'll be there in 5 minutes. Things like that. Are you guys in agreement with that?
I never blocked her, and that's how I've been doing things. I'm in agreement with that if she holds it up. So it's a difference between saying something and then making do with your actions. So I'm agreeing with that, but I need her to actually do it instead of just saying it.
Okay. Well, she's got a lot riding on her actually agreeing to that. So it sounds like to me that she's definitely willing to do that. I just need to make sure you understand that we've all got to be adults about it and try to be calm so that you don't end up in jail like we are, okay? So what I will do, Ms. Pierre, is I will go ahead and release you on a straight pretrial release. The no contact order will remain in effect. The only exception to that is texting each other pursuant to anything about the children. Yes. So what we have written here is defendant may only contact victim via text in regards to children. Okay? Yeah, so I still want you to sign the no contact order. You're also obviously, well, I'm not even going to put your maintain separate residence.
Say that, Judge, because I was actually going to request one since he's had several times where he showed up at my property as well. So I actually wanted to request.
To get the kids. I showed up at the property to get the kids. That's a fact.
Okay. No, my understanding was, and that was why, it was my understanding that you'd agreed pursuant to your divorce and the parenting plan that you would drop the kids off at each other's houses.
That's what we agreed on.
Okay. So that's why I'm going to say that he's not to not come to your house because I need him to at least drop the kids off, and vice versa. I'm not going to say you can't go to his house because you may need to drop the kids off. But it's just the no contact.
I have one thing to say. Our kids are old enough where she don't have to come and bang on my door, and I don't have to knock on her door. It could be a simple text message. The kids can walk to the car. Because my thing is, I don't need her.
12-year-old and a 6-year-old?
They do it all the time. They're very mature.
Okay. Well, my experience is even with very mature kids, if you're playing a game and they don't want to come outside, I don't care if Mickey Mouse was standing out there. Fortnite is far more entertaining.
Oh, I agree with that.
So I'm just saying, I think you need to be realistic that some things that you may think your ex-wife is doing to you is some of what your kids are doing. And don't think that your kids aren't doing it on purpose.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that end too, but I also want to let you understand that I know the games that she plays, And
Yeah, and she knows the
been-
games that
it's
you
been getting
play,
on my
and
nerves.
unfortunately, your children have learned all of the games that you're playing. Yeah, so, lucky for them. So, sir, this is what's gonna happen. Stay in contact with the state attorney's office. Maybe you stay in contact with your attorney. If you need to change anything, just get back in front of Judge Shoemaker so that he can do that for you. Okay? Good luck to you both. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, good morning. Are you Argenis Matos?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Matos, were you born on July 14th of 1991?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, sir, it looks like you're here on some warrants out of Lake County. It's for a failure to appear. Count 1 is burglary of a dwelling. Count 2, battery. Unfortunately, they've set the bond at none. And I will go ahead and temporarily appoint the public defender's office just to represent you in case Lake County doesn't come pick you up. But normally, they come and pick you up within the next 72 hours or thereabouts. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Hi, good morning, sir. Are you Cody Cowan?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you born on June 24th of 2000?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you're here on 2018 CF 9020. This is a Division 15 case. Judge Wilson has signed a warrant regarding a violation of community control. She has set your bond at none, and I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. That green piece of paper, it does have the phone number for the public defender's office on it. They will probably go ahead and set you for an arraignment. But if you want to talk to your attorney between now and then, that's the number that you can reach out to them. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Clarence Jackson? Clarence Jackson? And Mr. Jackson, I just want to verify your date of birth is October 2nd of 1967, correct? Okay. So, this is an arrest warrant. It was signed by Judge Leach. Therefore, she's the one that found probable cause regarding the case. She has set your bond at $500 on count 1 and $3,500 on count 2. And that's in the 2022 CF 708 case. Just make sure. So confused here. Ah, there it is. I thought I found it. Okay. So that's for the new arrest warrant, and that was for an incident that was alleged to have occurred on January 18th. There is also a violation of probation that was triggered out of case number 2021 CF 7870, because these arrests would violate that current probation that you're on. I will go ahead and keep the bond set at none on that case. Then they also included a resisting an officer without violence and a possession of drug paraphernalia. That's in case number 2022 MM 7475AO. I am finding probable cause, and I will keep the bond set at $500 on count 1 and $100 on count 2. Okay, sir, get in touch with your public defender, and they can try to see if we can resolve the VOPs. Oh, you're currently out on bond, yeah. So the fact that you don't have, wait, 70. Yeah, the fact that you don't have a current violation of probation pending makes me think that some of this has already been addressed. You're being held on the violation of probation with no bond, so I won't take any action on the case number 2021 CF 13027AO, and we'll go from there. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Your Honor, there's one more case, 2021 CF 9742A.
I apologize. I'll take no action on that one either. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Good luck to you, sir. Richard Stratton?
Yes.
Hi, Mr. Stratton. Is your date of birth September 11th of 1989?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, sir, this was a warrant that was signed by Judge Calderon. It is in regards to a violation of probation. He has set your bond at none. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and then stay in contact with your attorney. That phone number is on that piece of paper, and they can indicate when they might be able to help you with the bond or anything. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Joshua Welch. Hi, Mr. Welch. Is your date of birth October 14th of 1997?
Yes.
Okay. So, sir, you're here on case number 2020 CF 974. This is also in regards to a violation of probation. This was signed by Judge Bleckman. He again has also set your bond at none, so I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Ms. George is giving you a piece of paper. It does have the phone number for your attorney if you want to contact them about your case. Okay? Yes, sir.
My parents said they hired an attorney last night or yesterday.
Do you know who it is?
Rose Feller of Feller Law.
Oh, Miss Feller?
Yeah. My parents were in contact with her yesterday.
Okay, let me just,
She hasn't filed anything as of yet.
she hasn't filed anything as of yet, so why don't I do this? I'll keep the PD there. What'll happen is, as soon as she files a notice of appearance, the PD usually files a motion to withdraw, and then we just switch her in. But then that just covers you in case it doesn't work out or something happens. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Hi, good morning. Are you Austin Wright?
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, were you born on December 28th of 1997?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you have a violation of probation order signed by Judge Strobridge. She has set your bond at none. That's in case number 2019 CF 13783. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. There's a phone number on there if you want to call them and talk to them about trying to get you a bond hearing. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, you as well. Hi, are you Debbie Alvarado Bermudez?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And ma'am, I just want to verify your date of birth is July 27th of 1996?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is a violation of probation out of case number 2020 CT 270AO. 81. So the, oh, on the, so Ryan Yadav is your attorney?
Yes.
Okay. And that's on the VOP?
Yeah, because they filed the VO packet on the 11th, and then he filed the NOA right after.
Okay. So, yeah. Okay, so he's filed notice of appearance both for the violation of probation, and then obviously I show that you're out on bond for the driving while license suspended or revoked charge. I'm not going to take any action on that. You were held just because you were out on bond, but I will go ahead and take no action, so that won't hold you up, because obviously that's what violated your probation. And then obviously when the judge signed the warrant, because they set your bond at $5,000, they were very much aware of the new law violation. So you can bond out with that with a $5,000 bond. He didn't do it when he filed the notice of appearance? Well, he filed the waiver of arraignment, so I'll go ahead and set you, just to push it along a little bit farther, for a violation of probation status hearing in Division 81.
It's gonna be VOP status, February 14th at 9 a.m. in 4E.
Okay, so you'll see Judge McGinnis on Valentine's Day. Okay, good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, did you want me to do these? Okay. Mhm. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Are you guys ready to do the 33-day motions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let me pull all of Mr. Marquez's together.
There should be 13, and all of them are granted.
All of them are granted? Okay. Can I ask who arrested him?
I don't know.
I would hope that if I arrested somebody on 13 counts, that I would at least have enough to hold them on 1 or 2.
With them.
It could be also, you know, some people like to wait and get everything all done at one time, so that's what you do. Yeah. Okay, so in regards to Marco Antonio Marquez II, he does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. I have 12. You have 13?
Yes, I may have miscounted. It starts with, for the misdemeanors, it starts with 8948.
Here, hold on 1 second. Let me.
And goes through to 8954. There is no 8955.